Hey guys, it's Jackie. So I just did a the wrap up of my tome topple this round, but I decided before I go for my run, because I run almost every day, um I decided to go ahead and do a tag real quick. Um Alright, so I decided to do the must read book tag. At the moment I don't know who created this tag, so I will look that up later and post the link to the creator. Okay, so question number one, how do you find out about books? Okay, well, mostly Booktube. But before Booktube, I was always browsing in the bookstore, um, just walking around. And I usually know what I want to get. I don't remember there ever really being a time when I didn't have an idea of what I was looking for. Um, Oh, and good. I might look at Goodreads a little bit, but usually I don't spend much time on Goodreads except for to update what I'm reading, and then I look up and then I'm in a few of the Goodreads groups on there, like Tome Top, of course, is a Goodreads group. And then when I'm done reading a book, or I've read a good way into the book, sometimes I'm curious about what people thought about the book. So that's when I usually look up reviews. I don't look them up before I read, unless I'm just not sure, like if I want to continue a series. Like that's what happened with Sword of Truth. There's like 13 books, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue and spend my money on all 13 books. I mean, I know I want to get them all at once, but so before I continued on, like I read halfway through the first book, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue it because it's been a long time. And remember, at the time I wasn't as into it. But I was having a slither of doubts and thinking, well, maybe I would be into it now, because I was reading it during time when I was getting up at like 5 a.m. in the morning to go do this internship I was doing. So I was really tired during the times when I was able to do a little bit of reading. So I was willing to give the benefit of the doubt, but it just wasn't enough for me, because I mean there are 13 books in that series. So I ended up looking up reviews on the books, and I just decided to donate the books. I didn't decide I was going to continue it. So, okay, question number two, I wrote that question really badly. Do literary awards influence what you read? No. I don't pay attention to those. I mean, the only time I see that a book has got a literary award or is like on the bestseller list is when I actually look at the book, but I don't really pay attention to that, so no. Do you feel pressure to read books that are considered important in literature? A tiny bit, a little bit, because I feel like I need to read the classics. I feel obligated to read the classics. I mean, there's some of them that I probably will never read, War and Peace, or anything by Leo Tolstoy. I don't know if I'll ever get around to reading the rest of the Lord of the Rings, the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. I mean, I've read The Hobbit. But like, if it's a classic or something, I feel obligated to read. And some of those classics I read in school, and I want to give them another chance to read them now and to appreciate them more. I always feel like I have to read like Jane Austen's books, even though her books they're great and everything, they just don't hold my attention 100%. I mean, the good news is they're quick to get through, because they're not that long. The chapters are usually really short, and they're kind of funny and they're cute. I don't It's just that plot, the romance plot isn't necessarily my thing. I mean, I've read a couple of romantic comedy type books. Like I'm reading one right now, The Rosie Project, which I'm liking, but it's not that's part of the reason why I'm not a huge Jane Austen fan. Ironically, I love Jane Eyre, which is kind of a romance, but there's just Jane Eyre is a little different. It's hard for me to explain. But I do feel a little bit of pressure to read those books that are important to literature. I feel like I should at least try to read some of them. Some of them are actually good, and I enjoy them so far. I've enjoyed them so far. Okay, question number 4. Does the average star rating influence if you're going to read a book? Well, like I said in the previous question, not the previous exactly, but I think in the in the first question I kind of mentioned this, that I don't look at the stars rating until after I've read the book already. I mean, or I'm already into the book, or I just finished reading the book, then I look and see what people say, and it gives me time to think about it. But, I mean, like I said, I have made exceptions here, like with the Sword of Truth series. I did look at the ratings, but I didn't look, I also read the reviews. I didn't just look at the star rating and be like, okay, it got a 3-star rating, because because that was a series that, there were some people that gave that series 5 stars. And it wasn't about the rating, it wasn't the rate about the rating itself, how people rate. It was more about, it just didn't interest me. The plot didn't have an urge to read it. And unfortunately, I heard some things about the author that I didn't like. Like, I heard that he was very arrogant, and I do not like arrogance in people. And I mean, I try not to, like, that's why I don't ever like knowing anything about my favorite about authors I like, or even about actors that I like, because then it kind of gets inside my head and influences me. I know it shouldn't, but I can't help it. I end up thinking it's in the back of my mind. You know, their political beliefs, or if their personality, or if they have a really negative, annoying personality, or if like if the author doesn't write their own books anymore, you know, someone someone else write their books for them, and they just put their name on them. Like, I heard something along the lines of James Patterson doing that. And maybe that's partly why I started to not like his writing as much. But no, the star rating doesn't really influence me that much. Okay, so I don't have any the books. The only books I can think of that I think are underhyped, or at least they're books that I haven't heard about a lot in Booktube, are Kate Morden's books. I no longer have those books. I love them, but I gave them to one of my best friends, Larissa, because I figured she might, because I have one best friend who just kind of started expanding her reading horizons. For a while, she was only reading, like, books by Ellen Hopkins, which I'm sure those are great books. But and I'm not judging, but hasn't really expanded her reading taste, And then my other best friend she's very particular about what she reads. And she reads a lot. She loves romance. She reads a lot of romance, unlike me, who rather just have romance as the subplot. Although as I said, I made exceptions, like with Jane Eyre. That's a lot of the main plot is surrounded by her romance. But of course, it's about Jane growing up and being strong, and a strong, independent human being. And my best friend Larissa is probably the only one out of my circle of friends that I feel like she might appreciate Kate Morden's books, or at least try to get into them and give them a chance. But Kate Morden I love her writing style. She's such a wonderful, I love her stories. A lot of them are mysteries, or at least mysteries in a sense that you're basically putting together. You find out a secret about someone's past, or find out there's a secret about this person's past, and the protagonist is basically piecing together that mystery, finding out about their secret, about their past, and the mystery behind, And it goes back and forth between the present and the past. I love her stories. I feel like I don't hear enough about her. I mean, maybe if I actually did a search for her on Booktube, I might be able to. And I have seen in the background of some of the people's, like, their personal libraries. I think I've seen some people with the Kate Morden books. Or maybe it's just that she's not popular right now. But, like I said, unfortunately, I don't have them because Larissa has them. I am looking forward to, hopefully she'll write another book soon, because I will definitely like to read more of her books. So, but like I said, I don't have them to show you, and I don't know what any of the other books I think might be underhyped, because a lot of times I do read a lot of what is considered popular, because they're constantly talked about on Booktube, and so I check them out myself, and I get really excited, and I've never had super high expectations, or maybe I have, but I never have felt disappointed. Okay, question number 6. Show us books on your TBR that have been influenced by Booktube and by Booktube and Goodreads. Okay, this is a bit of a long list. So, but this one, I just got this one. This one is on my TBR one I want to read, but I'm waiting on it. This one I've already read, The Six of Crows, so I will be on this one, but I kind of been waiting on it, waiting to read it. There's this one. I kind of started this one a little bit. I'm not finished, which breaks my usual rule of always trying to finish the chapter and get into the next chapter. But I also have this rule where I always stop at even chapters. And the next chapter after this is chapter 9, and obviously that's not an even chapter. So, let's see. Okay, I'm too lazy to get up and show you all the other ones, but those are some of the books. Here's my list. I have East of Eden, I do not have. Fangirl, I don't have. I just showed you Crooked Kingdom. The Ugly series, I had the first book, The Uglies. That I also not just heard about on Booktube, but also one of my friends on Facebook, because I have a group, the Book Corner on Facebook, that I run, and one of my friends on there told me about the Ugly series. Heartless, I do not have yet, but I want to get, especially because I would like to go to Y'all Fest in November. Fortunately, I'm kind of waiting for my mom to get home from her little vacation. Well, it's not a vacation technically. She's staying with my sister for a few days and helping her out because she just had a baby. And she's kind of the one I usually talk to about to see if I can go to things like conventions and stuff. So I'm kind of waiting for her to get home so I can ask her if I can get tickets for Y'all Fest. So I want to get Heartless before then. Either I'll get Heartless before then, or I would like to get Heartless there, because Marissa Meyer is gonna be there, I believe. Right, so if I'm able to go, I want to be able to. I keep hearing about Defy the Stars, which is kind of about the whole, one of my favorite my favorite tropes, which is the android who wants to become human. I don't know if there's any books like that out there. I know that there's a lot of TV shows and movies based on that kind of arc, that kind of trope. Sorry, I have like a tick on my throat because I've been talking so much. But that is one, that book, Defy the Stars, I think that's kind of about that. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, I think I want to get that. Lies of Lakmara, I do have. And The Crown's Game, I have. See, that one will be easy to grab. See, this one I want to read soon. All these are mostly books I've heard about on Booktube, even before I started making my own videos. And there's also some of these there are a lot of them that are like the next book in the series that I need to continue with the series. Okay, so that's question number 6. Okay, oh, well, I guess that's the last question, I think. I didn't realize that was a short one. Okay, well, yeah, well, no, I better not. Maybe I would do 2, but that might be too much if I do 2 tags, but, so, okay, well, I don't want to do too much on this video, even though this was a short tag. So I will see you guys later, and I'm going to go for my run now. Alright, bye.